Hey, you guys, it's Marcelle. I hope that some of you went to a Super Saturday or Super Sunday event this weekend. We had ours today here in Portland, and I wanted to tell you a little bit about that. Sarah, Lillian, Marion, Lindsay, Anthony, all of you guys that showed up, even one of Marion's downlines, Kendra came down from Olympia, Washington, too. So that was really awesome to meet someone on the downline that I had not met before. But all of you guys that showed up, so good to see you. I'm glad that you carved out a chunk of your weekend to immerse yourself because I know that those events are super, super important. I know that they're really important to me because we need that camaraderie. We need that time where we can get together and talk to other coaches in the area or hear stories or just it's like a mini summit, like a 3-hour summit. And they only happen, every 3 to 4 months. And so I think it's important that we're there. We show up, we have our business CEO hat on, and we're ready to really just let it fill us up. Because I know for me that when I left, I felt on fire. And that will carry me through until the next one. Because this business can get hard and it can get lonely. And you feel like I'm just here on my computer, just working by myself. And sure, we have our team calls, but it's different than being, face to face with somebody and being in a room that is filled with amazing energy. And we got to try the new Shakeology Cafe Latte flavor that comes out tomorrow. So if you or any of your customers like coffee flavored type of things, then it's something you should definitely suggest. But yeah, it was a fantastic day. We were blessed to have Carl with us today. This is the second time that he came to Portland. So woo woo for Portland. Obviously, he sees us on the map, right? But it was really, really good to hear from him. And he talks for about 30, 40 minutes or so, and he always inspires me. And there was something that he touched on today, and this is kind of the reason why I wanted to make this video. Something that he touched on today that totally like touched my heart. Um, so in December, it was a hard month. We all kind of know that. it was a tricky month, and I felt like I was literally walking through quicksand to even hit Success Club. And I feel like normally I don't have that hard of a time hitting Success Club, but I felt like it was like no, 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 I can't afford it. And that's all I heard. And of course, I was on vacation for a week, so that I feel like I lost a week um, because I was not on vacation, just hammering away at work. I was really taking a vacation. Although I checked in a couple of times, I was enjoying my family time. So December was really hard. Um, and so with the combination of kind of getting away from business a little bit by being on vacation and not having my structure and my routine, and then having November be really hard before, and then going in December, which is really hard, I gotta be honest here. Like there was a couple of times where I was like, I need to have a plan B because I don't know if this is for me anymore. Um, it was just hard because I felt like I was burnt out. When you feel like you are just going and going and going, and nothing's happening. That's how I felt. Um, and I was complaining about it, and I was just being a negative Nancy, and I was talking to my husband. I'm like, "Well, I need a plan B. And maybe I'll go do this, and maybe I'll go do that." And it kind of took me back to a time when, like, right after the kids were born, and I knew that I wanted to work somehow, but I couldn't find the right situation. This was before I found Beachbody. Couldn't find the right situation because I didn't want to work outside of the home because I wanted to be a fully pregnant mom. And I didn't want to work for $8.50 an hour. I'm a college graduate. There's no way I'm working at minimum wage. And I wanted something that I was passionate about. And I kept talking to my husband about what can I do? What's my plan B? Because I don't know how long I'm going to last in this. I just feel like I'm on a hamster wheel. I feel like nothing's happening. I feel like team growth has come to a halt. I feel like I am just like pulling teeth. I don't want to be feeling that way. And so it was kind of a rough month, and I don't think I really told you guys that, but it was. And I know a lot of you had the same feeling too. But there's something that Carl said is that when you have a plan B, your plan A totally suffered. And I just like looked up and was like, oh my gosh, is he talking to me? Does he know what I was going through? Because that's how I felt. Because once I got that in my head that I needed a plan B, in my mind, I took a step back from my business. And it wasn't until, gosh, the very, very end of December, after I got home, after Christmas was over, I had planned the kid's birthday, everything was somewhat settled and we had some sort of routine where we were at least home. I had maybe a couple of days left in December and I was like, I cannot in this month at Club 2. Wait, Marcelle, what are you doing? And I kind of back in. And and it wasn't anything really in particular that made me kind of get back on that horse. It was just like kind of sat down and kind of immersed myself back into, taking my coach online office, checking in with the team. Some people started messaging me when I got back. It was right after Christmas, the week before, I'm sorry, the week between Christmas and New Year's. And people started messaging me about, wanting to buy contacts. I was like, oh, okay. Well, and then I started talking to him a little bit more, and it just started to kind of come back naturally, right? I found myself really excited again, not because it became easy, but because I felt like I immersed myself back into that. I started reading my personal development again. I started doing my workouts. On vacation we worked out a couple of times, but not like I do at home. Vacations are for. But I put myself back in the, doing the 3 vital behaviors. I put myself back into the situation. Just a moment, please. No, just a moment. Started putting myself, immersing myself back to what I love, what I started, doing this business for. And but it was just so interesting that he said that when you do have a plan B, plan A first. And how I took that is if you start to find a way out, if you start to think, well, it's okay if this doesn't work because I've got this to fall back on, you're never going to do plan A because you always have that backup, right? And so once I kind of realized that, I was like, okay, no more plan Bs, no more. Because when I put it in my head that I might have a backup, I suffer, my business suffers, my team suffers, and I suck. I don't want to suck at this. I love this, and I'm really good at it. I feel like I am. But it was just a mindset, right? I feel like I had another job. It was just a mindset of, well, I could do this, or I could go back to this job, or blah blah. I mean, I even went as far as to look at job postings. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit that. And then as I was doing that, everything I read was like, meh, 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 boring, boring, boring. Oh, that's all you're gonna pay me? No, thank you. I'm worth more than that. And then I was like, okay, head back in the game. We're doing this. Plan A is plan A. There is no plan B. And I think it's easy for us to have that to fall back on. And maybe you have been in the same situation, maybe not. And it's scary not to have a plan B, right? But ask yourself, what if plan A takes off? What if plan A is amazing and it's more than you ever thought it could ever be, right? But when you make plan A number one and there's no number two, you're gonna do it, right? I mean, you don't have a choice in that situation. You have to make it work. So when he said that, I was kind of floored, like, okay, he's been listening to my conversations. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to share that thought because I think being all in is a really good theme for this year. That was actually our theme for my fit boot camp that we did yesterday morning at the Academy. And I think that's an awesome theme for this year. So I would like to officially say that all in is our team theme. What do you guys think? Good theme? Is everyone all in? If you are all in and you've made it this far in this video of me rambling, go ahead and comment below and let me know if you're all in. All right, you guys, have a great night and look out for your Monday memo here shortly.